Have you ever been in a situation where you were totally out of place? A situation where you were completely uncomfortable? For me, one of my most vivid memories of college was the first time that I went to Mormon church. Now you gotta understand, I went to school in Utah. I played baseball at Utah Tech University. And so all my teammates, all my roommates were from Utah. They were mostly Mormon. And we would spend night after night, practice after practice, debating theological topics on the difference between being an evangelical Christian and being a Mormon. Eventually, one of these arguments got so heated and we were at a stalemate, and one of my roommates said, "You don't even know what you're talking about. You've never even been to Mormon church." And I said, "Well, take me then." And here's what I was thinking. I was thinking, if I go with him to church, then he's gonna be obligated to come with me to church. And if he comes with me to church, then the Holy Spirit is gonna work in his heart and is gonna transform his life in that service. He's gonna be converted, he's gonna become a Christian, and we're gonna change this baseball team for Jesus. That's where my head was at. But I still had to go to Mormon church. And so it finally came time for us to go to church together. And here's what I knew about Mormons. I knew that they rode around on bicycles and they wore really nice clothes. So I decided to put on my very best clothes for Mormon church. But here's what I didn't realize. I'd never thought through the fact that every Mormon I ever saw wearing nice clothes was wearing the same nice clothes. Now stop and think about it. If you think about a Mormon person riding a bicycle, you're thinking about black pants, white shirt, black tie, right? And so I got dressed to go to church, and we walked into this Mormon YSA ward, young single adults ward, and there was about 500 college-age students in this room. And I walked in, and it was immediately obvious that I did not belong. You see, every other person in the room was wearing black pants, white shirt, black tie. And me, in all of my wisdom, had decided to dress up, but I wore black pants, a royal blue dress shirt, and a red and blue bow tie. You see, in my head, I just knew I needed to dress nice, and my roommates saw me come out of my dorm room dressed like this and decided to say nothing. And so I walk into church. Remember, 500 people are wearing the same thing, and one person is wearing something different, me, and every head turned to look at me. Every single person stared into my soul. It was obvious that I did not belong. Now, I don't know how long you've been a part of Northwest Christian Church. Maybe you've never even joined us for an in-person gathering, but our goal is that no one would ever feel the way I felt at Mormon Church at one of our in-person gatherings. You see, we care a lot about connect, grow, and serve. That's our strategy to help people transform their lives to be more like Jesus, but the first step is to connect. And here's the reality. No one will ever connect here at NCC if they feel like they stick out, if they feel like they don't belong. And so if you regularly join us on a Thursday night or a Sunday morning at any of our campuses, my challenge for you this week is this. Find one person that you've never connected with before and connect with them. You can usually tell when someone's coming to church for the first time, they're looking around confused, they don't really know where to go. What if this could be the week? Then instead of just talking to the people you already know, catching up on life, you went out of your way to connect with a new person. Because remember, we don't want anyone to walk through the doors of Northwest Christian Church and feel like they stick out, feel like they don't belong. We want people to come and know that nobody's perfect, but amazing things will happen here. And that'll only happen if you choose to connect. And we can't create a culture of connecting just as a staff. We can't create a culture of connecting just with a few volunteers. It takes all of us to be bought in on this idea of connecting with each and every person that walks through the door. So my challenge this week is for you to connect with just one person that you've never connected with before.